Tune in to Overcomers TV on your favorite app or streaming platform. It's time to overcome.
So I actually learned about EMC about 10 years ago, coming off of a walk. I actually did a walk in 2012 called the Back to Life Movement Walk, where it was 39 of us women, and we walked for the ending of abortion in America. And we walked from Houston, Texas to Dallas, Texas. We walked from Houston, Texas to Dallas, Texas, Houston being where, at the time, the largest Planned Parenthood was in America, and Dallas, of course, where Roe v. Wade happened, so in 1973. So that's how I learned about EMC from after coming off of the walk. Okay, what more can I do now in my city, in my community? And I found out about EMC, and I went to the one in Brooklyn, actually, and I did some volunteering there. And now, 10 years later, we see all this stuff going on with the Roe v. Wade happening, and the Lord has definitely been pulling on my heart, tugging on my heart, and just the unctions and the promptings of my spirit to just do what I need to do now. So I reached out to, what did I do? I did my research and say, okay, where's the EMC now that I'm in Harlem now? So where's the EMC? And it happened to be right here, not too far from where I live. So I walked over here one day, it was not open. So I ended up calling the number, and that's when I spoke to Chris, and who is the founder of this whole organization. And after that, he told me I could come in to volunteer. And here I am. This is my second day volunteering, and I love it because I feel it's time for me to get back to what I need to do in regards to helping people give an actual choice and give actual decisions to a lot of women, especially being that I'm a 5-time post-abortive woman. So right now I am volunteering and I'm shadowing the counselor. So that's pretty much my job. I'm just seeing how everything works, how women are being interviewed when they come in. I greet the clients when they first come in, make sure that they're okay, and make sure that they have all the information that they need, the paperwork that they need, and things of that sort. The heartbeat and the vision and the mission of the ministry is definitely to give that actual choice to women, to let all women know what lies on the table, what is on the table when they're pregnant, so they can know all of their options. And I believe that is a necessary part. That is the heartbeat of the ministry, and that's what's most important about the ministry, to give that understanding, because a lot of times, especially in communities, which, like, I'm a Black woman, and predominantly Black and brown communities, we don't have the information that is needed about the options that are available to us when we're pregnant. So to give all of the options available to us, that's what this ministry is about. So that's the heartbeat of the ministry. Don't really get an opportunity to talk about God in this. It's just more so about letting people know what their options are. For me to be a disciple, that means for me to follow in the love of Christ always. And that's just following, and that's simple as that, following the love of Christ, being lovable, loving humanity, loving the human beings and stuff like that. Ways people that can get involved is definitely, if you have an EMC in your community, definitely spend the time to volunteer like I'm doing. If you have free time, extra time, get involved that way, volunteer. If you don't have the time but you have the cash, you can definitely, if you don't have the time, then you can definitely fund the ministry, fundraising. There's also a lot of things that pregnant women need. They need diapers, they need formula, they need all of the funding that they can get. Especially a lot of women, they come in and they're not really, they're single parents. They'll be single parents if they decide to keep their child. So they do need that financial assistance, and they need the assistance with the items that they would need as a parent. People can definitely be praying just for the ability for these women to have the strength to make the correct decision for themselves, and praying for the women and praying for the children in the womb. That's the most important thing. Praying for the lives of both the children and the women in the womb.
That's good. So why do you do what you do?
I do what I do because I am a post-abortive woman. I have had 5 abortions in my life, and after understanding and doing my research about what the abortion industry is about, knowing that the abortion industry is a big business that specifically likes to profit off of Black and brown communities, I found it my calling to do this work and to help others understand what the choices are and what happens to you after you get an abortion. That is not to actually dismantle the mistruths that are spread in my communities and communities abroad about abortion just being some quick thing and, you know, my body, my choice, and all of those things, to just dispel those myths and to assist women on this journey, to let them know that they're not alone, and that when we say it takes a village to raise a child, that we will actually be there to help be that village for them. I'm just very thankful for this ministry, because when I had my first abortion when I was 16, and then my second abortion, I didn't really want to have that abortion, but literally my whole family forced me to get it. And I didn't feel, see, or know that I had other options than just abortion. I didn't know that there were places like this that would give the education on the options that are available to you other than just getting an abortion or getting kicked out or thrown out your house. So I feel like this is a very important ministry, and this ministry does need to be funded to the utmost degree, because of course they don't get government and federal funding. The funding that comes for this organization is straight out of the pockets of the founder. So that's what's most important. The education needs to be pushed, and just more stories need to be told about what really happens when it comes to abortion.
Celebrate what Jesus is doing throughout the nation and rise up to answer his call on your life. To serve the poor, heal the broken, free the captives, and bring joy to those in need. Find hope, encouragement, and motivation through Overcomers TV. This inspiring network features everyday people and ministries across America who are putting God's love in action. Tune in to Overcomers TV on your favorite app or streaming platform. It's time to overcome.